This is a Fox News alert. A group of nuns, the Little Sisters of the Poor, just won a major battle against President Obama and his Secretary of HHS, Kathleen Sebelius. The battle the nuns are waging is over the Obamacare contraception mandate. Just a short time ago, the Supreme Court stepping in and ruling that while litigation continues, the federal government may not force the Little Sisters of the Poor to give its workers contraception coverage. We're going to bring you more of this breaking news as we get it. But this is a Fox News alert. Victory for the nuns, the Little Sisters of the Poor, taking on President Obama and HHS Secretary Sebelius and winning an injunction from the United States Supreme Court ordering the president and the Obama administration not to enforce parts of Obamacare to which the nuns objected on religious grounds. Joining us to explain it all, the nuns' lawyer, Daniel Blomberg. Nice to see you.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Okay, so you've got an order from the Supreme Court. It's an injunction, right?
Yeah.
How many justices did you win?
All 9. There was no dissent.
All right, and what does this order mean?
It means that the Little Sisters are protected. You know, the Little Sisters for 175 years have done one thing. They've served the elderly poor. That's all they do, and they do it according to their faith. And the government came and said, you're going to have to violate your faith. That's what we're going to require of you to do. And the Little Sister says, we can't do that. And they said, well, if you don't, we're going to fine you millions of dollars a year. And now they don't have to. Now they're protected, at least so they can have their day in court and go through and argue.
Well, we should explain that they're fighting in the lower court. And while they're fighting, we came past the date of January 1, which is when it would have kicked in, right? So that's
right.
Why you went to the Supreme Court and said, let's put it, while they're litigating it below, you wanted it not to apply to them.
That's right. December 31st, both the lower courts had said, we're not going to protect you. And the Little Sisters were one of the only religious ministries in the nation that were facing millions of dollars in fines just for running their ministry in the way they always had. And in that night, Justice Sotomayor issued a protective order for them. And just today, just a couple hours ago, this whole Supreme Court said, you're protected. You have your day in court.
All right. So when is this day in court?
Well, the briefing is already started. We have our brief due on February 24th. And so we're going to get a chance to make our full arguments without the Little Sisters being crushed with fines.
All right. Who made the call to the nuns to tell them that they got this?
Oh, the lead counsel in the case, Mark Rienzi.
And any reaction from the nuns?
You know what? They've been so amazing throughout the entire process. They take this very, very seriously. They think this is really, really important. And so they're delighted at this news.
All right. Well, it's always sort of interesting. It's almost like a David and Goliath a little bit because they have a small group of nuns against the whole federal government on this. So it's an interesting litigation to watch. Anyway, yeah. Daniel, thank you.
Thank you.